Hey guys, Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA. So today we get to be creative. We are doing a color melt on my client here. Let me give you a little bit of background. My client came in thinking that her hair was really damaged. Her number one issue was that she noticed that every time she brushed her hair, she would see hair all over the place. And after doing an evaluation and a consultation with her, we determined that no, her hair actually is not damaged. It just really needed to be trimmed. That's number one. And number two, on some textures of hair, blonding can give the appearance that the hair is not healthy. It looks dehydrated. It looks very dry. When really just changing the color can actually just really give you that look, that oomph, that shine, that dimension that you're looking for. And blonding, I would honestly say, is not for every hair type or every hair texture, because it doesn't necessarily complement the client's hair. But of course, for us to be able to do these fashion colors, blonding is required. So what we did was we went ahead and shampooed and conditioned her using the Moisture ELT shampoo and conditioner. We wanted to make sure that we deposited a good amount of moisture in her hair to prepare her for her to get this fashion color melt. And then we blow dried her. And if you guys notice, I am applying the color to her hair while it is dry, okay? Colors work off of negative and positive charges. When the hair is blow dried, of course, it has to be clean and blow dried. It creates that anchoring site for semi-permanent colors of this nature. And then of course, when you apply it, applying it dry also allows for that color to really adhere and really get into the cuticle itself. So when you're applying colors like this, like fashion colors is what I call them, you do want to make sure that the hair is dry and clean, and you do want to make sure that you washed it that day and dried it that day, because you have to create what we call those anchoring sites. That's a little bit of hair color chemistry. We're just gonna move on. So for my partings, I did do directionalized partings. So her partings are diagonal. I wanted to give her a little bit more depth, a little bit more style. So when we do her style, you'll be able to see exactly how the color lays. And then of course, if she wears her hair on the opposite side, it's just going to basically flip that color and put more dimension, and you'll start seeing other colors pop out that would not have popped out if it went this direction. So you'll see that at the end. Anyhow, we did 5 different colors. I did a purple, orange, fuchsia, navy blue, and then I also did a burgundy / red color. These colors, she wanted me to use every color, and these are my most exciting clients, because I get to be really creative. I get to just have free range with whatever I'm doing, and she just sat and let me do my thing. She actually came to me all the way from New Jersey to get her hair done, so I was really happy and really honored that she even took that trip just for me to do her hair. So shout out to New Jersey. Anyhow, you guys now see the finished product of the actual color. So the color did process for about 25 minutes on her hair, and then we rinsed her out with cool water. And then I went and did just a very light conditioner and rinsed her out again. Now, you don't want to do too much washing when it comes on to your fashion colors, and you want to make sure that you are shampooing and conditioning with cool water. It keeps the life of that color a little bit longer. When you use warm water, it actually strips the layers of the color, and it diminishes very quickly. So you guys, I want you to take note that as I'm blow drying, you can see the direction of where the color is going. So you can see the diagonal. It almost looks like a flat rainbow. I really liked it. It came out really nice. And then the brush that I'm using is our new Elite paddle brush. Yes, we have our paddle brushes. We also have our carbon combs, and we have some other materials that are coming. So these are some styling tools that will be available to you guys within this week to next week on the website. And this paddle brush is my go-to for blow drying. If you guys have ever watched me blow dry my clients, you never see me use anything other than a paddle brush. So it was only right for us to have the Elite Hair Care USA paddle brush. Yes, okay. So we have gone through and blow dried her hair. Her hair did need to be completely dry because we are going to use the hot comb, and we are going to really seal those roots, make those roots nice and smooth. And we applied a little bit of our frizz tamer and shine serum to her hair before we actually started the hot comb service or the pressing service. Now, while the hot comb was getting hot, I started off with my 3/10 of an inch flat iron. And that's when I really noticed, I'm like, no, it's not pressing the way that I would really want to. And texture of the client's hair is going to determine which tool you use. So I'm one of those people where if I see it not working, I'm not going to continue to sit and force it. I said, okay, no, we need to go and move up. So then I moved up to my 1-inch titanium iron by the same company. And I said, this is a little bit better. This is a little bit better. But I still felt like her roots could be smoother than the iron is making them. So what I decided to do was go ahead and do the hot comb just to kind of really lay those roots nicely. And then I also had noticed that she still had a little bit of moisture at the scalp level. So I wanted to go through and make sure that I blow dried everything really, really well. So let's talk about hot comb usage and hair color. You really want to try your hardest to not hot comb the colored area as much as you would the roots where it is not colored. So if you notice, this is like an ombre. Her roots were already dark, so I still applied that color to her roots because I wanted it to become more like a glaze, and it would just refresh her actual natural color and add that shine, that kind of thing. So that's just a pro tip. If you want to add or restore your shine, you can actually put the same color on your hair that your hair is, and it becomes a glossifier. It just becomes a shine enhancer, and that's really what it is. These colors that she has on her hair are semi-permanent. They are not permanent colors. Most fashion colors do not come in a permanent tint. These are a semi-permanent color, or what we would call a rinse. Okay, all right. So as I'm going along, you guys can kind of see where the color is falling, and it's just really overlapping really nicely. I loved the color. She loved the color, but she didn't get to see it until we were at the end of the service. So you guys will get to see her reaction in just a moment. Now, if you guys notice, she does have a mohawk. Okay, and that was what made the service even more exciting, because I don't get to deal with a lot of clients who allow me to have full creative freedom, especially when it comes on to hair color, that kind of thing. So as you guys just saw, I did start using the hot comb when it got to the crown of her head, and then I noticed that her hair was still wet. This is common, especially with low porosity hair, you guys. The moisture in the water just tucks itself right at the root, and the hair is never dry. So I kept having to go back through and just make sure her hair was 100% dry before I continued on with the pressing service. If you continue on while the hair has moisture, you're just going to hear, and then the hair is going to revert a lot quicker than it would have if it was 100% dry. So just, of course, make sure the hair is 100% dry. And then I did use a hot comb around her perimeter of her mohawk because it was a little more coarse in those areas, and the hair was a lot shorter in those areas. All right, so now you guys can see the drop of the color. If you guys notice, there's that blue, there's the purple. The orange kind of blends in with the fuchsia and the red, but there is orange there as well. The blue was more like a money, we call it a money piece. I wanted it to really just pop out and be the star of the show, and it really did pop out. Even though it's actually one of the smallest sections of color on her hair, it is the most powerful because blue is what we call the bully. It bullies any color. Blue will always stand out. So that's another reason why I put that blue right there towards the front. And when you're doing hair color, guys, you want to make sure that you are doing it with a purpose, especially colors like this. I hate to see clients who get hair color and it's just spotty. It's placed with no direction. Oh, I just felt like putting a piece of red right here today. I'm not one of those people. I do my color with a purpose, with intent, because I want to make sure that the hair, it's going to fall exactly the way I designed it to. But that's just me. There's no shame to anyone that doesn't do it that way. There's no right or wrong way to where you lay the color. It is your map. It's your world. You do it the way you want. So now that everything is silked out, we're just going through and refreshing those roots. If you guys notice, I'm not really focusing on the ends. It's more for the root level. And then we didn't blend out her mohawk because she has a specific place that she likes to go to get her mohawk cut. So all we did was just edge her. And then my job, of course, was to make sure that she was nicely trimmed and the style came out really nice. So even though she has a mohawk, you guys, that does not stop you from getting a trim. all hair has to be trimmed, no matter what length you're at, no matter if you're natural or relaxed. A trim is a necessity. So even with her just having a simple mohawk, that doesn't eliminate the fact that she still has to follow her trim schedule, because that is going to determine the health of her hair going forward. Of course, I didn't have to do a long trim, but it's still important. And especially when you get a color service of this magnitude, you do want to make sure that your hair is trimmed. Everything goes together. Okay. All right, cool. So we're just going to go through now and curl her and get her ready to go and catch her flight. Yes, she came that morning, got her hair done, and went home that evening, and she was out the door. So we made sure that we got her out in time. So I'm going to stop talking for a moment and allow you guys to really watch the style unfold. And then, of course, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on your post notifications so you know when I upload my videos. And then I'll come back at the end and we'll talk a little bit about the style. All right, you guys, so now you can start to see where the color map or the location of the different colors on her hair, how it really played in its part. So as I'm curling her, you can see the actual lines of the color, but they have a smooth transition and everything just melts together, but they all still stand singly and separately, and you can see each and every color. So that is really how fashion colors should be. But like I said, guys, there's no right or wrong to a color map and how you decide to do your color. It's really about your vision and your client's vision, and you just do your absolute best to make it just a pow, a bang, a shebang. So I want you guys to comment down below. Tell me what you guys thought about the color service, about the direction of the color. I absolutely loved it. I love the fact that I got a chance to be very creative. I don't really get a chance to step outside the box a lot when it comes on to hair color. But when she came and said she loved color, I was like, yes, this is it. My color skills can go to work. But like I said, you guys, comment down below. Tell me what you guys thought about the color. Tell me what you guys thought about the placement of the color. And then, of course, I'll see you guys in the next video. But I want you guys to keep watching and watch her reaction.